Imperial Palace of Rome, Valentinian. My destiny is cruel. I, the Emperor of the West, depend entirely on Aetius, a puppet of the Huns, who can get rid of me at any moment. But I did not know that an even more terrible ordeal awaited me. Attila and Honoria want to get married. I have to stop it at all costs. Attila wants to create with her the Roman Hunnic Empire and to quickly withdraw me from power. Then they will execute me in order to avoid a conspiracy against them. Honoria will not forgive me and Aetius for the death of her friend in her exile at Constantinople. Me and Aetius. So, Aetius will also suffer in case of the marriage of Attila and Honoria. Enters Aetius. Aetius, dear Valentinian, I received a letter from the patrician from the Orient. Valentinian, what does he write? Aetius, in order to avoid a new conflict with the Huns. He advises to send Honoria to Attila, but he is so strongly struck by the defeat of the Eastern Empire that he sees no other way out. Valentinian, do you think there is another way out? Aetius, we have to think. Valentinian, Pater Carissimus and Amantissimus. Imagine something. Honoria will never forgive us the execution of her friend and her long exile. Aetius, dear Valentinian, if we were parents, I would do all impossible things for you. It seems to me that Gaudentius could be an ideal fiancé for Princess Eudoxie, your daughter. Valentinian, but she's too young. Aetius, we'll betroth them now and marry them in 2 years. Valentinian, do you swear to save my family? Aetius, I swear in the name of our Lord Almighty, that I will do everything to save your family. That your daughter and my son may be happy. Valentinian, save the empire and God will reward you. I will speak with my wife and daughter. I think they will agree. Valentinian, go out.
Men ömür boyu Aetsizlik dairasında tozuga mecbur oldum. Осы bir adamın altında жалбақтауға, мәжбүрлеуге алған қорлық жылдары қалай ұзаққа созылды десеңші. Ұмытқан жоқ, мен ашым. Ұмытқан жоқ. Менің байқұс анам. Аетси. Өз қылмыстары үшін сазайын тартатын күн туады деп айғайлағанын мен ешқашан ұмытпаспын.
Aetius, I know that by violating my 2 solemn oaths, by showing me the adversary of Attila's marriage with Honoria, I become the greatest enemy of my old friend. But I have now Valentinian's promise to grant a hand of his daughter Princess Eudoxia to my son. Valentinian is very panicked. He did not even notice that I swore to save his family but not himself. So soon after the marriage with Eudoxia, my Gaudentius will become the Emperor of the West. For that I should resist Attila for 2 years. But can I resist Attila? I can only rely on my knowledge of the customs of the Huns and their tactics of the conduct of war. Indeed, no one among the Romans knows it better than I do. I know that Attila's aim will not be the occupation of the great territories, and that the invasion of the great masses of the cavalry outside the steppes will never last long. These expeditions are always short and last for no more than 4 or 5 months. As horses cannot bear more effort and must return to their pasture, it will be necessary to activate only when Attila, 4 months after the beginning of the invasion, will begin the withdrawal of its cavalry. It will then suffice to discreetly follow the departing Hun troops in order to create the illusion of an offensive in order to then shout victory. I know how much like Attila is thrifty in the lives of his horsemen. It is enough therefore, that the Roman infantry can resist the attacks of the cavalry, protecting themselves from great shields. Fortunately, I succeeded in having its legionnaires begin to wear helmets and even cuirasses as before the time of the Emperor Gratian. What great efforts this has required of me! But now there is hope of enduring a possible battle with the cavalry, eager to go home with his booty. In any case, Attila will lead the war without hurrying, as he waged war for 5 years against the Eastern Empire. Terrorized, the Valentinian will accept during the 2nd or 3rd year of the war the marriage of his daughter Eudoxia with Gaudentius. Besides, Eudoxia is the granddaughter of the recently deceased Emperor Theodosius. The Eastern Empire is governed by General Marcian, fictitious husband of the Augusta Pulcheria, sister of Theodosius, who has taken the oath not to bear attain to his virginity. What do people do for power? Thus they would never have children, and my Gaudentius, who had become the Emperor of the West, could one day pretend to the imperial diadem of the Roman Empire of the East. Indeed, this game is worth a candle. Then I will be able to conclude an agreement with Attila and create the Roman Hunnic Empire of our dream, where the main role will be played by the Romans. On the other hand, if I favor the marriage of Attila with Honoria, I will probably be deprived of power. Against me will not only Honoria, but also Orestes and Wanges, 2 ministers and close friends of Attila. The Princess Honoria must be locked up with a reinforced guard to avoid his escape towards Attila, which would spoil all my game. I have a vertigo of this plan, grand and risky. It would be simpler to help Attila and Honoria to get married, so Attila grateful would find me an honorific charge, for example, the leadership of the Senate. Yet it is not enough for me when there is the hope of being equal to Attila. All these years, despite our friendship, I felt dependent on him. Attila, my friend, forgive me. But to become real equal friends, we will be temporarily enemies.
Атиламен тең болуға мүмкіндік бар да. Азды қанағат тұтып маған не көрініпті? Осы уақытқа дейін дос болып келсек те мен өзімді тәуелді сезіндім, тәуелді!
Экономия! Жалғызда құдіретті тәңірдің маған болашақ бір ұйымған империясын құруды жеңілдету үшін жасаған жақсылығы. Валентинен! Сен маған туыс болудан бас тартуға батылың жетпес. Егер біз болмағанда, оның империясы баяғыда құлдырайтын еді. Менің ұлым Gaudentius, Евдоксияға үйленгеннен кейін Батыс империяның императоры болған. Кетсікті!
Бірақ мен құндарға берген екі бірдей антымды бұзып, Атиланың қас жауына айналам.
Hayatsi!